Hello all, this is Alexander Elise, and this week's video is about adding an element of immersiveness into the application game called Digi, or Digi. So first off, level of difficulty. Normally I would say wouldn't be that difficult to add a scrolling background, although there does seem to be either an issue on our iOS's end, or maybe it's just the simulator with the way that the frame rates drop when adding a background. So I already did some research to find out different ways of implementing that, because the immersive element that I'm going to be adding is a scrolling background, but it's not just your forward scrolling background. It's multi-directional background scrolling. So if your ship flies up, the background flies down. If your ship is flying forward, which there should be a constant pace of always going forward, the background will whoosh past from right to left of the screen. And then also, if you fly down, the background will also shift the opposite direction. And so I'll kind of show you a little demonstration of that in a second here, or what that might look like, more visual example. So difficulty-wise, I would say normally it isn't something that's that difficult, but since I would like to optimize it in a way that's really immersive, and that's just fluid in its nature, that would be somewhat mediocre in difficulty. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So currently you can see that the background doesn't move at all. I would like to have this so when you're flying backward, or when you're flying forwards, there's always going to be some form of this background moving from here to here, and it's just always going to continue scrolling backward. But then also when you move up, what will happen is the background will scroll from top here to bottom, and that will give it a much more immersive feel to it, in the sense that the player will actually kind of feel like they're traveling somewhere. So I think that will add a good dynamic. So that's the example there. And the three main features to be introduced to create this element is going to be implementing the background with ability to actually scroll. So I'll start off with just some forward scrolling, and then upon touch, I'll start adding the cases for when the background should be scrolling up and down, and how that should function. Also, probably in this first stage, I'll do a lot of research in the optimization for the frame rates. And then in step 2, I'm going to add those listeners for the actual touches, so that the background actually scrolls in the proper direction according to the different places touched on the screen. And then 3, it wouldn't be any fun if the background just ended, so we're going to make an infinite background here that will repeat itself in all directions. So no matter what, the player will have the ability to go for forever in one direction, or forever in another direction, so they so choose. So those are the elements to be added this week. Probably just as a side note, I'll be cleaning up the rest of this code also, just to try to modularize some more of it. But thanks for watching.